Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. Today is the 22nd of February. It is 6 p.m. and I am having my second cold brew of the day. I really needed it today. I was so tired for no reason. I'm going to go ahead and work on clearing some transactions and assigning the second paycheck of the month. There are a few transactions that I'm going to go ahead and work on and kind of just talk a little bit about. One of the main things that I want to go ahead and do is particularly grocery shopping. A lot of times when I go grocery shopping, there's going to be household items included. There's going to be stuff for Bastion, our cat, included in there, or there's going to be stuff that I consider self-care for myself included. And instead of splitting that out, which might take a little bit here and there depending on how much I bought, I just put it all into the grocery budget, into the grocery category, and then the category goes out of the planned expense because there's extra things that I did not count. Groceries for me are food related items. So anything food related for me counts as groceries. That's why I have a separate household fund. That's why I have a separate fund for my cat and a separate fund for self-care. So I'm going to go ahead and split out some transactions that I've done and kind of work those out and kind of see how that goes with the budget. Okay, so Capital One high yield savings are all good. Suncheck is also good. And Venture will be the first one where we have a split. So let's go ahead and approve these two transactions here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add from the 21st. We were out, myself and my sister were out pretty much all day or all afternoon. It felt like all day, but all afternoon. We were trying out one of the big box stores because we're trying to see if that works better for our family. There's only 5 people living in this house. It's not like it's more than that. We used to be 7 in total when we were younger, our parents and then all 5 kids. But we were children, so we didn't use too many resources for the house. This is 5 grown adults in this one house. So we use quite a bit of things, and things are always finishing faster than we can get more, like cleaning supplies, bathroom supplies, things like that, food. So I want to try and see if getting things in bulk might help us a little bit more and offset some of the cost. I know it's a more upfront cost, but in the long run, we're trying to see if that kind of works. Okay, so the second one here is another gas station, but this one is actually for gas. And then the last one here, I did go to the store this morning and do a pickup for just grocery things and a few other things that are not grocery. So I want to try and use the categories more accurately this year. If it's groceries, I want a more accurate amount to be listed. And then anything extra to be set aside for whatever other category is supposed to be, even if it's a small amount like this one here. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And then this is good to go. These are still pending, so it should be 10701. Okay. Let's close that and let's go to Sapphire. So my Sapphire card got hacked, I guess. Somebody tried to take some money. So I got a new one. That's why it has no use on it, because they closed out the old account number and then they sent me a new one. So that one's good. Freedom. Okay. So let's approve these. And then, all right, so this pharmacy one, this one is a split. And this is between household self-care, and passion. There we go. So for household, $6 there. For self-care, $20.78. I got myself a dandruff shampoo because I have dandruff now. And a new hairbrush because the hairbrush I had just wasn't working for the length of my hair, which is short at this point. So I got one that seems to be definitely working a lot better. And for my cat, I got him some treats. So there we go for that one. And then this is actually an annual subscription. And then this is another split. So this is the this is what we spent at the big box store. I had it in my head that we were going to spend around $60 because I had 4 things on a list and I ended up doing 101. We did get the 4 things on the list, and then we got a couple of other things that I wasn't planning on getting. But the pricing was better there than it was at our regular store that we shop at all the time. So went ahead and got it there. Now this is going to be groceries and self-care. The biggest ticket item that I did get was an 18-count protein shakes. I have been very, very, very tired, like almost concerningly so. Now, I will say I've been having pretty bad insomnia. It's not diagnosed though. It's been really hard for me to get to sleep. I could just be on the bed and just toss and turn back and forth and trying to get comfortable, and I can't get comfortable, and that's just an ongoing thing. And I have been having pretty bad hot flashes where I can't even feel the fan that I have on myself. So that also has been keeping me up. One of the things that I am is I'm not only anemic, but I am protein deficient. I am pretty protein deficient. And one of the things that my doctor said was try to get more protein in my diet. I am a very bad eater. I often don't eat breakfast, but then I also don't really eat lunch. I might have 1 meal a day and then snacks here and there, which is not great. It really isn't. So I'm trying to definitely be better. And I was doing better a while back and I kind of slid off that. So I'm trying to get back into it. It's difficult because things to try and help can be expensive. So, and one of the things that helped me previously was doing protein shakes. So doing like a protein coffee in the morning, since coffee is one thing that I drink every morning, and using the protein shake as opposed to creamer. And that really was kind of helping. It gave me a boost. I felt less tired. I had a bit more energy throughout the day, and I wasn't kind of falling asleep midway through the day. So I wanted to reincorporate that. Now, the protein shakes that I get for a 12-pack at our regular store is around $25 or so. So like $24.77 for a 12-pack, which is about $2.06 per bottle. At the big box store, it was $32.99 for an 18 count, which is actually $1.83 per bottle. Now, there's not like a huge difference in price, just a few cents here and there, right? But it's still a bit less per in comparison to the other store. So that's what I went ahead and got. And I don't drink like a full one in the morning. So 18 bottles is going to last me for 32 days because I do 32 days. Is that correct math? Somebody correct me on that. But it's going to last me twice the amount of time essentially because I drink half in my coffee. So it's just like that slight boost, especially for when those days that I just don't eat breakfast. And I'm definitely going to try to eat lunch and dinner and breakfast if I can. I have to just make sure that I don't eat too late in the day, that I end my last meal really, really late at night, maybe like an hour before I go to sleep or try to go to sleep, because then I get heartburn, or I get acid reflux, or I get something like that. Listen, I am not the healthiest person, but I am trying to be. So that's what that one is. And then the rest of it was $68.55. So looking at it this way, I still went over the $60 limit that I gave myself by $9 as opposed to a whole other 40. So I like these numbers better. Okay. And then these are still pending. So I should be at 183.45, which I am. So let me just see and make sure I have it all here. I did the split for the pharmacy and the split for the store, and that is correct. Okay. I'm not sure why this one is pending and another one already cleared, but I'll keep an eye on it just to make sure. Nothing new with the car payment as of yet. I haven't sent the second one, but I will be looking now to see what I can send. But the severe drop right here, since we started doing the bigger payments, so wonderful to see that. Okay, that is it for the accounts. So let's go ahead and go to the plan here. So 3 overspends, which not too bad considering everything I've spent that I haven't kept an eye on. All right, so let's go ahead and clear out the underfunded for the bills. And then for the variable expenses for the adulting. So 475 went a little bit over. Okay, went a little bit more than a little bit. Our usual is 420, but that's okay. If I am correct, I will have quite a bit left over and I'll be able to send a good amount to the car. For the reserve, let's go ahead and pop that in. And then now we can go ahead and clear the fund category. Always the last one that I want to clear, because if for any reason I need to not put any money in here, then I can go ahead and do that. And actually, there's a few that I want to not include. So escape is fine. 5-star, I do have to clear, so I'm gonna include that. This one I want to go ahead. Get cool is okay. Red and white. Timeout and wish and will. So these 3, I don't necessarily need to put anything extra, so I'm gonna leave them out. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and snooze the categories for this month. There we go. All right, so we do have 722 left. I want to put in a little bit extra into feel good. Okay, so 200, that works. And then I have 636 and 19. I'm going to go ahead and send another 500 to the car. And then I still have 136. So I'm going to put another 25 here. Okay, 175. Oops. I like even numbers, so I'm just going to even it out. 200, 200, 150, 275, and 175. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the savings just yet. I'm just going to keep sending the 100 for right now. And then once the car finishes and everything, then we're going to go ahead and ramp up with the savings. 92.64. Let's just see if there was anything else. No, I don't think so. So I'm gonna divide this. Okay. No even numbers anymore in the oil change category, but that's okay. I still have a decent amount now that I've gone up again, which is good because I do, like I've mentioned a few times already, I want to go ahead and get the car sent in for, like, you know, just a checkup to make sure everything is running smoothly. I'm gonna snooze this one too, so I don't see that yellow. But overall, everything looks good. Any other groceries that are needed for the month, the girls or my brother will go ahead and handle that, since I already did my part for this month. So they will do that. I have a little bit extra to play with in the fun categories if I want to get anything, which at this point, I don't think so. I am very content with the book that I purchased for the Thai learning. There is a section that I don't understand how I'm supposed to read it. So I'm going to listen to the audio that's available for the book and see if that kind of guides me a little bit more, because I'm just not understanding the graphs that are shown or the tables that are shown. So I want to try and figure that out before I continue just fumbling my way through it and then possibly getting it incorrect. But other than that, I've liked everything else from the book. I've been getting into learning words now, not just the letters, you know, the vowels, the consonants, and things like that, but actual words. Some of them which I had already known based on all of the media that I have consumed, and others where I wasn't sure, and now I have a little bit more information for them. In other news, let's go to the annual planning sheet real quickly here. So for my goals for the dental procedures that I need, I am probably going to try sometime soon to get at least my wisdom teeth taken out. I have 3 of them. I don't know how much that would be, but I'm going to see. 2 of them are very severely impacted. They need to come out. One of them is not as bad, but I would just rather take all 3 out if I need to. So I'm going to talk to the doctor, the dentist, and see, you know, how much that would be, get an estimate. And hopefully it's something that I can go ahead and do. And then that'll be one less thing to worry. And that is part of the dental procedures. The way that they were doing it was they would do one wisdom tooth with another procedure on one side. But I'm trying to find the more cost-effective things that I could get done without having to wait an entire year to build up funds. Like if I could get something done now, especially when it's impacted and it's like really damaging my the health of my mouth, I would rather get some things taken care of if I can. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Now, as far as the increase, so our annual increase, it will not happen in April. It's actually now going to happen in August. And I did have a thought. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if I qualify for it anymore because I had the promotion last year, pretty late in the year. So I don't know. It might have put me up in the tier where I'm already where I'm supposed to be at based on their calculations, so I wouldn't get an increase, or maybe I will. Who knows? At this point, though, because it isn't coming in April, it's been moved to August. I'm pretty sure we're not getting retroactive pay. There will be no back pay back towards April all the way through August. I'm sure that's not happening. So I'm going to go ahead and just completely remove it from the equation in here, which will not damage anything at all, because the way I planned this, I still had leftover at the end of the month, and I still was able to keep that at a positive. So I planned a little bit for certain things to go wrong. I like to be very, very cautious when planning this out. Maybe a little too cautious, but I don't think that's a bad thing. On the flip side, good news is I did qualify for a partial bonus for 2025. So the promotion that I got does come with a bonus structure. Now we are like the lowest tier of who gets bonus. So we get like the lowest bonus. And, it's whatever. It's not something that I'm definitely 100% counting on. Bonuses are something that are never going to make it into my annual plan because they are too unpredictable. So, with that said, I did qualify for a partial one. That took me by surprise and it took my manager by surprise because we figured since I got the promotion halfway through the year, a little more than halfway through the year, I probably just would not qualify for it. And I would just qualify for the next one, which would be the 2026, since it will be a full year worked. But no, they gave me a partial. So I'm gonna wait and see. It's supposed to come, I think, in either the next paycheck or the following one. But sometime in March is supposed to come. So we'll kind of see how that goes and how much comes in. I am waiting because I want to see the actual number with like after taxes, since it still has to get taxed, of course. And then kind of plan on where I want to use it. Do I want to use it to pay off the car faster? Put a little extra in there to pay it off. It's not enough to be able to pay it off in full. I will say that it's nowhere near enough. But to add like another good payment that will help get there faster, it could be, yes. Or do I want to put it towards the dental procedures and actually be able to get something worked a lot quicker? Or like my sister said when I told her, put it in savings, put it all in savings. And I was like, girl, no, I have so many other things that I need to do. So yeah, that was interesting to hear and to get notified on. And like I said, it was a surprise for me and it was a surprise for my manager as well, because she was pretty much thinking that it wasn't going to happen, which I had a feeling too. So I wasn't like bummed out about it or anything. This would be the first job I ever had where I would even get bonuses. So nothing that's going to be planned on at all. Not even a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. March is also the month that I do my taxes usually. I don't know why I picked March, but I've done them in March every year for years and years and years now. I think I did it once in February and then it felt really weird. And then I never did it in February again. So I just do it in March. It's just a good way to like make sure I have everything that I need and it's not like the last month. If anything goes wrong, I have time to fix it, which, knock on wood, nothing has ever gone wrong for me. But just in case, I have like that whole entire month until the due date to fix whatever it is that I did wrong. So there's going to be a little bit of additional income coming in that month if the bonus comes in that month. Like I said, sometimes they're delayed on things. So again, I don't expect it. It's not in the plan. Even the tax refund, I didn't put it in the plan this year. I had it last year, did not put it in the plan this year. It's just extra. I'll work it wherever I want to work it, just depending on needs, before fun, even though I would love to put it all into fun. But that, I do want to temper that and make sure that I'm doing needs first and fun last. If there's a little left over, then I can go ahead and do that. Let's go back to the budget here. Everything is looking wonderful. I can't wait to do my next purchase for my self-study. Not sure what it's going to be. I'm sort of moving towards the lifetime plan for one of the apps that I'm using, just because I really like the app. If I'm going to work on learning this language, and it's probably going to take me a while, I want to at least have the resources available and not have to worry about having to pay every month and then having to have that subscription there. I'm trying not to add monthly stuff back into the subscriptions. In fact, I'm trying to get rid of some of them. I got rid of a YouTube channel subscription that I had because recently they decided to just open everything for everyone. So I said, okay, I do not need the membership anymore. Let me go ahead and get rid of it. It was $5, so it wasn't like a huge amount, but it's $5 that now gets put somewhere else. I think that's a move in the right direction. But yes, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening as always. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day.